AJ says, what do you think about gold as a hedge against inflation? And gold is just an alternative currency. It has some industrial use. It's primarily an alternative currency. So fine. If that's as creative as you are, then there's a lot worse things to spend money on than gold. You have to be extraordinarily conservative and not very creative if that's your main investment thesis. So, what about farmland as a hedge? What about big city building? At a time when there's riots and looting, maybe there's great deals on some real estate in large cities. Maybe I just found some. In a time of uncertainty, buy something like that that's unappreciated in the moment and likely to be much more valuable later. There's so many stocks out there right now that are just beat to shit, that are good quality companies that are going to exist. They're going to be extraordinarily valuable in the future, that are beat to shit right now. I'm going to talk about that in my stock program right here. I'm going to talk about this in the stock program. I don't just give stock. I don't talk about stocks with random people that aren't invested, because they're just going to go do something stupid anyway and then blame me. But they didn't have the sufficient dedication to even join. They didn't know the nuances that I would explain to them here about what to buy, when to sell it, why to sell it. How to create your own investment thesis, how to build a portfolio, how to manage risk, how to manage leverage. How to properly assess one asset versus another, or understand the nature of rotation between asset classes. A person that doesn't understand those things is bound to go fuck something up. So when somebody DMs me or writes me a note, Jurek, which stock should I invest in? So invest in that if you're serious, or go fumble around by yourself. You see what that does for you. But guys, get off of this short-sighted stuff. Get off this short-sighted stuff. Get off this idea, how do I make something out of nothing? Hard work, education, be around the right people who've already done it before you. If you have one of these get-rich-quick philosophies, and you hang out with a bunch more people with that type of philosophy, you guys are more likely to become heroin addicts than wealthy. It's a joke. It's a total joke. It's a total joke. Christoph, what would be the first investment you would recommend to start when you don't know anything about real estate or stocks? I just answered this question. Go here. Go right there, Christoph. If you're serious, go right there. If you're not serious, I can't help you. If you're serious, I'm only going to take a couple people into that program. And that's not marketing, that's not hype. I'm only going to take a few people into that program. All right? And it's going to be the most qualified ones. So just because you put a phone number in here doesn't mean you're accepted. These guys see me turn money down all the time. You guys have no fucking idea how much fucking money I turn away, because I don't want, if a person's not serious and focused and they wouldn't fit in well with our group, about 30% of the people that apply to be in this mastermind group, this mastermind group, $20,000, plus $5,000 renewal fee. Anybody new is $5,000 a year to renew. All right? I turn down about 70% of the people that want to join that group, because it's just not going to be a good fit. It's not somebody that I feel comfortable hanging out with, that they're not going to fit. I'm not going to enjoy their company. They're not going to fit in with the group. It's not the right type of person. I throw away $20,000 offers all the time. All right, now this program is only $5,000. If you pay in full, it's only $49.97. If you have trouble solving a $49.97 problem, you can get a payment plan if you want to. You can get a payment plan if you want to. But if you have a problem solving a financial burden of that size, how the fuck are you going to be a millionaire if you can't solve a... Do you guys know anybody that can't solve $100 problems, but they're good at solving $1 million problems? You know anybody like that, guys? I don't know anybody like that. Can't figure out a few $100. Can't figure out a payment plan for, but they're great at becoming. I don't know anybody like that. I never met someone like that. So if you're not prepared to solve a small problem, then I trust your judgment that you shouldn't belong with us. But if you are serious, I'd be happy to have you. If you're serious, look, I can answer a lot of questions in here, and I'm happy to, but I can't convey to you, the things that I learned about business, that took me more than 3 decades. It took me more than a third of a century to learn the things, internalize the things that I currently know about business. I can't convey that to you in our weekend together. That's why these courses, this is a 12-week course. We actually spent 14. So I think everyone in here was on this. We actually spent 14 weeks on this. I promised them 12. Actually, I promised you 10 originally. And then it turned into 12, and then it turned into 14 for no additional charge, because I just knew there was more stuff that, well, this too, and that too, and so on, you know? We're going to spend 12 weeks together, 3 months, to convey the information about entrepreneurship. We're going to spend 9 weeks in this program to convey the fundamentals so you can make a sound decision about finance. So you can make a sound decision of, you know, what type of companies should I look at? Given who you are and how you are, what type of companies or assets should you look at? Which things might you avoid? You know, what's your risk tolerance? How do these assets move? How do they relate to one another in the global economy? If you don't understand that stuff, you can't make a good decision. So there's nothing that I can answer in a question here. It's not that I mean to be evasive. It's not that I mean to withhold that information. I can't possibly convey that to you here. I can give you a lot of structure and teach you some fundamentals. I can't possibly convey to you all the nuance that you would need to know, you know, in a weekend together. But I can point you in the right direction. And those of you that are serious about entrepreneurship, and tell them that you want to be on our Moneyberg Mentoring program. Those of you that are more serious about investments and stocks, making long-term wealth through the markets, where most of the fucking wealth in the world is made, that's here. And we'll work on that market mastery program together. Now, if you're a procrastinator and, you know, so I'll just wait till tomorrow and we'll talk about it. No. If you're serious, this would be the time, so I know that you're serious and that you're a real applicant and that we should take you seriously. The person is like, well, I'll just think about it for a while. No. Well, you're thinking about it. Hundreds of other people are on here taking action. Well, you're thinking about it. Others are taking action to have that relationship, to learn that knowledge from me, to have the relationship with me personally, and to have a fantastic peer group around you. You know, did you guys get a lot out of the chat thread? Or, you know, just on that program, never mind mastermind group, did you guys learn a lot from each other, you know, interacting with the other participants from that program? Did somebody make like legit friends or like make money with somebody or a friendship with somebody already?
Yeah.
That's a lot of the value of the program. A lot of the value of the program is that personal interaction with me and with everybody else. We're gonna teach you a lot. We're gonna teach you a lot of knowledge. The biggest value, in my opinion, is the peer group. You can't find people like that. I've gone out of my way to create these groups because you can't find people like that in normal society. They don't exist.